Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of the Naviate Feature of the Week series. This week's feature is the Naviate Architecture Slope Arrow command. Today we're going to use the Naviate Slope Arrow command to help us with modeling this roof object here. The Slope Arrow command is going to allow us to slope this particular roof object down to my designed roof drain. Now I could do this with Revit out of the box, but that would require I do some calculations ahead of time, and it was also require that I come into the roof object and modify the sub-elements of that object by changing the elevations of certain points, certain lines. I may also have to add some split lines to this roof object to represent where the roof drain is going to end up being. With Naviate's Slope Arrow command, I can avoid all of that hassle. I don't have to do any calculations ahead of time. All I have to do is know what my slope needs to be and draw in the slope arrow lines to lay out my roof. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, I have some model lines here that represent where my roof drain are going to be. So let's jump to a floor plan view here and we'll get started. I'm going to start by going into Naviate Architecture and grabbing my slope arrow command. Place it on a work plane. I'll make sure my work plane is set up properly. It looks like it is. I'm going to check the chain command for now, and I'm going to come into my properties palette and I'm going to make sure my slope is set to 0. And I'm going to start by creating a base point to build from by setting my my roof drain boundary here. And this is going to be at 0 slope. So this is going to kind of be my base elevation of where I'm going to build from. Come out into a 3D view and just check and see what we have so far. So I do have the lines are in there, but you'll see they haven't done anything to my roof because they don't contain a slope, which is what I wanted. So we'll come back into a plan view and we will attack the next step here. So I'm going to go ahead and again use the Naviate Architecture Slope Arrow command. And this time I am going to set my slope to 1/4 of an inch per foot because that's what I want this roof to slope at to get down to that drain. Double check my placement plane. That looks right. I'm going to uncheck my chain box. And I'm going to go ahead and draw lines that connect the corners of my drain location to the outer edges of my roof. And you'll see that just drawing in one line and I'm already starting to modify this roof object. So I'm just going to work my way around this roof drain body, drawing in all my lines. And we'll see that the roof continues to clean up as I go. Looks like I am done drawing in my lines. I'm going to hit escape to close out of this command. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into my 3D view one more time. And there I have it. My roof has been sloped using those slope arrow lines. It looks like it's sloping the way I need it to be. Come back into a plan view. And let's take a look at it in section view as well. We'll see what the Naviate Architecture command has done for us. And one last sanity check. I'm going to come up, annotate, and use my spot slope annotation just to check and make sure that that roof is indeed sloping at 1/4 of an inch per foot. So just with a matter of drawing a few lines and knowing what I needed my slope to be, the Naviate Architecture Slope Arrow command has allowed me to slope this roof quickly, effectively, and efficiently without having to modify any of the roof's sub-elements as I would have had to do had I done this with Revit out of the box. That is all I have for you this week. Come back next week to check out our next feature of the week.